Howdy, coming at you from Moore, Texas, and I'm going to show you how to change a fuel filter for a John Deere 5055E. It is really easy to do. Takes comfortably less than 10 minutes and probably closer to 5 minutes. So rest easy if you haven't done it before because it's really easy to do. So again, 5055E. First thing I do is raise the hood, make it a whole lot easier to get to. Oh, and then by the way, if you can see my barn's a little dirty here. Diesel fuel is never a good idea to spill on the floor of a barn. So I grabbed a cattle cube tray and kind of slid it underneath there, just if you got newspaper or something, just to catch some of the diesel, because undoubtedly you're going to spill a little bit. Okay, so this is it. That's what we're after right there, and that's the filter. So step one, or step two, since we raised the hood, is to this little red button right here. If you turn it clockwise to 12 o'clock, that shuts off the fuel. Your next move is to remove this ring. It's plastic. It's supposed to be hand tightened. However, I tried to loosen it a while ago and I couldn't get it with my hands. And so I grabbed a oil filter wrench. And the only tools you need for this are the wrench. I love paper towels because you always usually need those. A flathead screwdriver, and of course your fuel filter. Anyway, so we'll take the filter or the ring off. Oops, went the wrong way there. Just gives you a little bit of leverage. There we go. Okay, it's loose. And then, so here's your filter right here. The one it's a factory one because it's painted green. The replacements don't have the painting on it. So just jiggle it, just pull on it, and it drops straight down. There's no twisting or turning. And be careful because it's not to spill it because it's full of fuel. Let's see, where can I set this? Get it out of the way. All right. And then I grab my new one. And here's the replacement one. And you can see that there's some, when you put this in place, it's got to be squared up or it won't slide up in there easy. So what I did was I just slipped it back underneath here and I just started rotating it. I'm left-handed, so let me switch over here. So I just started rotating it, but I'm putting upward pressure on it, and there it is right there, just slid up. So just kind of work it up with your hand, and you can see it seats there pretty well. Go back and get your ring. Go back and do the same thing we did a while ago when we took it off. Come on, baby, get around there. There we go. And just get it back in place. And I snug, hand tight. There we go. Okay, it's on. Now go back over here. Turn your fuel valve counterclockwise back to 9 o'clock. It's really easy to do. And then the last thing that you've got to do, diesel cannot have air in the line. And right now the new filter we put on doesn't have any diesel fuel in it. So get your screwdriver and put it in here, and this is just a vent, and just crack it loose until, you can see it's loose. That's good enough. You don't need to go real far with it. And then reach up on the top of this little small pump. And what we're doing is just pumping diesel back into, it's blowing out air. You can hear it hissing just a little bit with each pump. And this takes longer than what you think. In fact, I thought I was doing something wrong. And I just kept doing it for maybe a minute, or you'll see how long it takes. And until diesel squirts out of the vent valve, and then you know you've got all the air out of the system, and you should be good to go. There we go right there. So there's the diesel. See, there's what's nice to have a little bucket below catching the stuff off the ground. Get your screwdriver, go back in here again, and snug up. You don't need to tighten, just snug up your vent valve. Mine was perpendicular when I loosened it, so I went back to perpendicular when I tightened it. And we're done. I check it, make sure as it sits here, you don't see anything leaking. That's right, our fuel line's already back open. So now I'm gonna crank it up and see what happens. we're done. I don't see any leaks. I think we're good to go. I hope this makes it a little easier for you changing your filter.